Welcome to the library. Our craft project is a canned snowman. First step, you're going to take your tin can and you're going to paint it white. So my next step is I took a popsicle stick and I cut it to the size, and this is going to be my carrot nose. And I'm going to paint it orange and let it dry. The next part is I'm going to take my flannel that I'm making a scarf and I'm folding off for the edges and gluing them. And this is what it looks like when you got it all the way done, so that you have a finished scarf at the end. Okay, my next step is I'm going to take a pair of scissors and I'm going to trim the edges. Let me try a different pair of scissors. Here we go. So then I have a little bit of a fray on both ends. My next part, I'm going to take the other flannel, and what I'm going to do is just glue one end over. Perfect. So I have my can, I painted it all white, but I'm going to put a second coat on it so that it has a full coverage. Okay, so my next step is I'm taking flannel and I've drawn some circles and I'm going to cut the circles out. So I've cut my circles out, so my next place is to glue these together. So I'm going to go glue them all around the edge, but I'm going to leave a little bit of a space in there. Now that I've got it glued, I've got that little pocket that's open, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to stuff it with some stuffing. So once I've got it all the way, I've stuffed it with my stuffing, I'm going to take the top and finish it off and close it up. And then I have two of them. Then my next step is what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, I'm going to trim just a little bit on the edges. So it kind of looks like this. And I'm going to go all the way around. So I've cut all the edges around both of my pom-poms and they're ready to go. So my next step is I've got my can, it's completely dry. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my flannel that has the one side glued down, and we're going to start to glue it down on my can at the top. Okay. So once I've got it glued all the way around, I still have these that are flying up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the inside here, and then I'm going to tuck this down in here. I've glued it all the way down around my whole top of my can. The next step I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scarf end and I'm going to start gluing it down around the bottom. Okay, once I've got it glued all the way around, I've left a little bit of space right here because I want to tie this to make it look like you're tying your scarf. So you're just going to go down and under, and then we're going to flip it like this so we have our scarf. Now the next thing, once I've done that, I'm going to put a little bit of glue down at the bottom of the can to hold that in place. Then the next one I'm going to do is glue on top so that it hangs down. And there I have my scarf. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pink paint and I'm going to create some cheeks. And I want to put one right here. And then I'm going to put one right here. Then my next step is I'm going to take black paint and I'm going to create some eyes. Then I'm going to create my mouth. Next step is to take my carrot nose and I'm going to take a little bit of black. And I want to take a little bit, and I just want to kind of dust it on the edges. And then I'm going to do a little bit of a carrot stripes. And then I'm going to glue my nose right in the center. Okay, so the next one I have some wire jute. It has the wire inside of it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it and I wanna curl one side of it. So I'm just gonna wrap it around here and kind of create a little bit of a curl just on the one side. Then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my can and I'm gonna glue the wire jute on each side. So I'm going to put a big glob of glue. I'm going to put this there, and then I'm going to put another big glob of glue on top. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pom-pom and we're going to hold it down in place with the pom-pom. And we're going to do this to both sides. So I have them both glued onto the side of my can, just like that. The next thing I'm going to do is I have my 2 little snowflakes that are painted white, and I'm going to glue them on the cheeks. There's 1. And 2. So then I'm going to take my large snowflake and I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here at the top. And then I'm going to glue my jute right to the top of it. Just like that. And the next thing, I've got my can, and I'm going to take it, I'm going to tie this right to the top in the very center. I'm going to double knot that. Then I have a little bit of my wire jute left, and I'm going to take it, I'm just going to wrap it around right on this edge and just let it kind of stick out a little bit. And there you go. You have your canned snowman.